Hi there. Thanks so much for joining us again as we get to know Tom Cali a little bit better. All of our agents are awesome at what they do, but we want to make sure that you get to know Tom specifically today. So welcome, Tom. Thanks for joining us.
I'm so happy to be here.
Of course you are. This is so much fun, right?
Absolutely.
Already. So Tom, are you from the State College or Centre County area originally?
I am not. I'm actually originally from Dunmore, Pennsylvania, which I'd like to say if Scranton was big enough to have a suburb, Dunmore would be the suburb. I did spend 4 years in State College as an undergrad at Penn State. And after I got my degree, moved to New York City. And about 30 years ago, I decided we wanted to live in a smaller town, and we came back to our college town, and here we are.
Am I crazy, Tom? Was there Connecticut in there somewhere?
I did. So after working in New York City, after Esther and I got married, we decided to move to the suburbs. So we lived in Fairfield County, Connecticut, at which point I had segued from my accounting career to my real estate career. And I was a commercial real estate agent handling Connecticut and Westchester County, New York, the close to New York City suburbs.
So what do you enjoy about real estate, Tom?
Probably the thing that I really like the most is just the interaction with people and helping them achieve their dream. Whether it's a first-time buyer who says, I can't wait to own a house, get out of that apartment, or whether it's somebody that's owned a few houses and have said, I'd like to get into something bigger, something a little bit smaller, maybe something a little bit more modern, maybe something with a little bit of acreage. But they all generally have, people that are looking at homes generally have a dream. And I really like helping them to achieve those dreams.
That's awesome, Tom. So if you did not do real estate, what do you think you would have done?
Well, if I had to pick another career, I would absolutely positively be a talk show host.
Oh my gosh, I thought you would say like astronaut or something, but I wasn't thinking, but you would be awesome as a talk show host. I agree.
That would be my dream job, except for real estate.
So what about the talk show host idea do you like? What do you think?
Sitting down, chatting with somebody, finding out information about them, giving them some information about me, finding out what's going on in their lives. I would love to sit down at that desk and be a talk show host.
That's so cool. So Tom, and on that note, who is someone living, okay, that you would like to meet, maybe interview on your talk show?
That's a good question.
I'm full of good questions.
You are so full of good questions.
So full of it.
I'm thinking I'm going to go with a musical route and maybe say Bruce Springsteen.
Bruce Springsteen. Oh my goodness. Tom Cali, why the Bruce?
Well, first of all, he's sort of contemporary. He's a few years older than I am. I've been listening to his music since the 1970s. Been to a whole pile of his concerts. First date with my wife Esther was a Bruce Springsteen concert, and he just has so many interesting stories in his songs that it would be fun to just sit down and talk to him about some of those experiences. I've read a biography on him, and I've read his memoir as well. And just a very interesting man with interesting things to say.
That is very good to know. I'll have to research him for sure. I do like that you threw the first date in there. What a romantic you are.
First date with Esther.
I love it. So Tom, I don't know if you can answer this question that I have next for you, but like, do you have a favorite song or a favorite band? I feel like for those who know you and follow you on social media, you are enjoying some records. Right?
I have probably a 300 album collection of vinyl LPs, mostly purchased in my younger days, and then have another probably 500 CDs, not to mention things downloaded and things streamed. So I do listen to a lot of music, and my all-time favorite band certainly the Beatles. So if I were that person that could only listen to one band, that might be them. However, that being said, as you know, I like Bruce Springsteen, so Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band would be great. I'm also a big Linda Ronstadt fan.
Hmm.
And another favorite from back then is Jackson Browne. Been to several Jackson Browne concerts.
You could probably just keep going.
Yeah. So is there Beatles? Absolutely. Total favorite band of all time. But I like a lot of different music. And I also like, more recent songs and more recent bands as well.
But Tom, I'm gonna have to call you out though, because I feel like as someone who has gone running with you in the past, I mean, on a much smaller scale than you typically do, you don't listen to music when you run though. Is that right?
I don't. No, when I run, it's a good time to just clear my mind. Well, first of all, most of the time when I'm running with other people. So as you know, it's nonstop chatter.
This is true.
So whether it's running with you, Kate, or running with Nicole, who's part of our team, or our regular noontime running group, there's just a lot of chatter going on. So who has time to listen to music? If I am out running by myself, though, I really like to spend that time just thinking, mentally solving the problems that crop up from day to day, thinking of solutions, thinking of new ideas that might help me personally, might help me in business. So I don't like to listen to music while I'm running.
I just find that fascinating. And maybe it's just me trying to mask my breathing while I'm running, and you don't have that problem. But I always found that fascinating about you, Tom.
In my car, however, that's all I do. I don't listen to talk radio. I don't listen to books on tape. And why do they still call them books on tape? Because they're not really on tape anymore. I listen to music. I love listening to music in the car and listen to music at home. So I've got a pretty nice stereo system, both in my car and at home. So I can get the sound the way I want to.
So even when you're a marathoner. So even when you're running that many miles, you're doing it either chatting people, or clearing your mind.
Exactly. Of course, if you're actually running in a marathon, in a race, it's not a good idea to be listening to music, I think, just from a safety standpoint and just an awareness standpoint of what's going around you. But if I'm on a training run, 25 miles, I'm either running with someone else and talking, or maybe singing. I've run through Tussey, the Tussey Mountain area, Rothrock State Forest, on those roads, singing. So plenty of things to do when you're running.
That's hysterical. I feel like not only have we gotten to know you a little better today, but we've picked up even some good running tips. So thank you. Awesome, Tom. So Tom, thank you again for joining us. I know everyone, again, enjoyed getting to know you a little bit better. And thanks for all that you do in real estate and for the Centre County community. Well, and thank you for putting these interviews together and for doing such a great job keeping our group at RE/MAX Centre Realty together. We all love you. Thank you, Tom. I love all of you guys as well. Although now I'm a little worried about my interview job. Maybe you should take it over as the host. No, I think you could do it. I'm happy with your position the way it is. Oh, good. Thank you, Tom. Well, you have a good rest of the day, all right? All right. Thanks, Kate. Okay. Bye, Tom. Bye.